Hello again. The High Court in Pretoria had to order that guidelines be developed for the use of force during lockdown. This after reported heavy-handedness by soldiers and police officers, as well as unlawful arrests, reached record highs. National Police Commissioner Khehla Sitole recently put out a circular about this. Let's discuss the matter further. I'm joined by Chris Smit, an associate at DCS Attorneys. Thank you very much, Chris, for joining us. I'd like us to use this scenario perhaps in order to unpack other points. So you get to a point at a police roadblock and you have cigarettes in your car, and according to Police Minister Khehla, you need to prove where they're from or you might face arrest. First of all, does this have any legal basis?
Hi, Lulu. Thank you for having me. Unfortunately, the media has been flooding us with information on what you can do and what you can't do. In regard to that specific question, you cannot be arrested for having cigarettes in your car, and you do not have to be able to prove where you get these cigarettes from.
In a point that you find yourself in a threatening situation and you feel like your life is under threat here, what do you do?
Look, resisting the arrest would obviously be pointless. I would suggest that even if you think that you may be innocent and that you do have a legal right to not resist the attempts by the police officers to arrest you, you can rather at a later stage try and clarify that. But to try and take the law into your own hands just because you think that you might be innocent is definitely not good advice.
And if the situation escalates, what constitutes reasonable force by a police officer?
Look, the police officers are empowered to take what they call necessary reasonable steps to restrain someone in order to arrest them. And that's why I'm suggesting that under no circumstances should you try to attempt something like that. If it then afterwards shows that you were unlawfully arrested, obviously there will be a case against the minister and the specific police officers. I would say give your cooperation, go with the police, and rather fight your case against them once you've spoken to an attorney.
You spoke about not resisting arrest. What about other details in terms of remembering what it is that happened, seeking the name and the number of the police officer in order for you to be able to get more evidence against the person that is perpetuating the crime against you?
Yeah, I'm sure for anyone being arrested by the police, it's quite a traumatic event, but it is important, and if you can get the details of the arresting officer and as much details as possible, it will obviously assist when you pursue any possible claim against the police or the minister. The most important thing is to remain calm and, like I said, give your cooperation, take as much details as you can, and if you in a position to do so, even take video footage of the whole scenario. Go with the police in a calm manner, go to the police station and find out exactly what it is that you've been charged with. You are entitled to contact an attorney to assist you should it become necessary, and I think that's the best recourse to take under the circumstances.
What is a procedure for pursuing a claim or a case against a police officer?
If the police officers were acting in the course and scope of the employment, the case would normally be against the minister, and then maybe as a second or third defendant, the specific police officers. It would mean that you would have to instruct an attorney to issue summons against the specific individual, or like I said, the minister, setting out the specific grounds for the case against you. It is unfortunately very long. It's a tedious process. And in many of these matters, the defendants, the minister, will defend these matters, and often ends up in a matter going to trial.
Chris Smit from DCS Attorneys, thank you very much for your time.